believe it, yo. We made it to 2023 on some future, bro. This is amazing. But hey yo. Today I'm coming in with a banger story. It's about one of like it's like an anime moment in life, really, and it's like one of the biggest fights that ever happened at like my school. But like it's not like I didn't fight. But it is one of the biggest fights that ever happened. It was just fun to watch, like not even on some I came in and hit him with it. Nah, it was just fun to watch. Like it was so. This this story in particular starts at I don't know if I should start at the party it started at. No, I should probably start at the like day before the party. So it was Friday, normal day at my school. I'm gonna call it with some German ass name. No, I'm not gonna say the obvious one. But I was at my school just chilling, doing my thing, and I think it was around we had 7 periods, and back then it was so bad. Nowadays, all the schools around here have like 5, but we had like 7, almost maybe 8. It was crazy. But I was in the period before last, so I'm pretty sure like 6. And I was talking to this girl. I'm not gonna cap. I'm not gonna cap. She was like rizzing me up, kind of. She was rizzing me up. I'm gonna call her Amy. Yeah, that sounds like a random name. Yeah, Amy. And we were talking about some nonsense. She was like, "Oh, I don't want to come to school tomorrow, this and that. You should meet me in the library tomorrow. We can just leave and smoke." And I'm like, "Yo, that actually sounds lit. I got some fire packet." So we're just talking, and like that's when, yo, this dude always had the tendency to like he had like uncle vibes. I don't even know how to describe. He had like uncle vibes, and let's call him Dan. He had like Uncle Dan. He had like uncle vibes. Like he was the like black dude in school that everybody knew for some reason. Had like 3K followers on Insta, but like doesn't say anything. The dude with all the moves, but just doesn't like talk. I guess like it's weird. Like the dude with moves for no reason. I know you guys know those people. Yeah, so he walks up. He's with his we'll call his homeboy Ryan. He's with his homeboy Ryan and his other homeboy Brady, and they started talking to me and the girl. And they're like, "Oh, he's getting in it. He's getting into it with this female." And they're like just making fun of me and like talking to me, bro shit. And we're talking back and forth again. And then eventually they start talking about this party that they're going to, and they're like, "Bro, you gotta come tonight. You can bring Amy. I don't care, but you gotta go tonight." And I'm like, what party? Like, where is it? And it's in a neighborhood a little close to my house, right? So I'm just like, fuck it. Amy, do you want to go? She said something about her, she gotta take her something somewhere. I was in like ninth grade. She said she gotta take her something somewhere, maybe her dog to the vet or something. And I'm like, all right, I guess I'll see you tomorrow. I don't know. And by that point, we're moving to 7th. So, and Dan happened to be in my 7th. So we're walking and we're talking. We get to the class and we're talking about this party the whole time, talking about who's hosting it, where it's gonna be. And apparently, it's just supposed to be a party with like it's like BOD, bring your own, or BOE, bring your own everything. If you don't know what BOD is, don't worry about it. But yeah, it's a party where like you gotta bring your own shit. You feel me? And I'm like, I'm stalked at the crib. I can come, but you gotta go. Like you can't stand this up. You feel me? And he says he's gonna go. So I go home. Not much. I don't think anything eventful happens. I think I get blasted that night. Go into the party, and then this is where the story gets interesting. So we go in the party. Dan links up with his friend, and I guess I'll call him Zane because I don't know no Zanes. So Dan links up with Zane, and they're talking. Now, and Zane is a shady character. Zane is known around the school to be kind of a hoodlum, to say the least. So, he's talking and like saying something about some girl he was macking on named we'll call her Jean. I don't know. Some girl he was macking on. The usual. And we get to drinking, we're talking, we're having a good time. Bro, I think me and Zach had a shot. Me and Zane had a shot competition. It was so fucking crazy. Like because this dude was the type of dude that would like pressure you to drink. You know, like if you're not gonna drink, he'd be like, "Oh, you're a bitch. You came out to bitch out and all this," and like you're not gonna let him talk to you like that. Like as a grown man, I'm I'm not gonna let him talk to me like that. So well, I wasn't even a grown man, but like back then, but I wasn't gonna let nobody talk to me like that anyway. So I would try to outdrink him, and I would always fail until I got older. Then I started going ham, but we don't talk about that. But I couldn't outdrink him, so I was sitting there drunk, a little high out of mind, a little beside myself. You see, like because I think I had brought weed, and then this one girl who she was fly as fuck, bro. Her fit was fly. I'm telling you, it was like a leather jacket, and I think like, bro, what pants was she wearing? They were like Garfield pants. They were like sweats with like a comic book on them or something. And like, bro, her fit was just hard. Everyone was saying her fit was hard. And she talked to me for a second and let me hear her cart, and that got me out of there. So, and then I keep just wandering around this party because I can talk to people. I have charisma, so I just wander around this party, asking people to hit their stuff, letting them hit my stuff, walking around doing the usual. And then when I get back to Zane and Dan, something seems up. Like they seem like they trying to not leave, but like they seem like something is like happening right now. Like it's not good. Something is happening, and we gotta go. And well, not go, but like we gotta talk type shit. Like like they have the look in their eyes of like our group needs to talk right now. And I'm looking around trying to find Ryan, and then that's when I see it. There's this fat Mexican dude just eyeing down Dan and Zane, like just eyeing them. And I turn around and I ask like Dan, what happened? And Dan is gone. Keep in mind, he's a black dude, big beard, like taller than me, balding. Like, bro, like he's pretty easy to spot, and he's just gone. Like, he's out of the house. I don't know what's going on. So I turn to Zane, and Zane's trying to leave. So I follow Zane. I'm trying to talk to him. I'm like, Zane, like I'm drunk, so I'm kind of stuttering, and I'm like, Zane, what's going on? And Zane turns around and just looks at me, right, and says, that Mexican dude, I kinda just talk shit to him, and we gotta go. Like, I'm not gonna fight him. We gotta go. Like, he on the football team and this and that. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, so you went to a party to get drunk and start beef with a Mexican football dude. Okay. Uh, yeah, I guess it is time to leave. So we leave, and while we're leaving, we run into my boy. I guess we'll call him Allen, spelled Allen, because I feel like that. I feel like that's the way that's the type of he's that type of dude. No, but so we pull up, or we're leaving, and Allen's right there. So we start talking to him, or I'm trying to talk to him, but Dan's already found a ride, and I'm not trying to stay behind and talk to this angry Mexican dude who is now coming outside to follow our group of people with like a few black dudes with him. I'm black myself, so I'm just in that whole like, oh yeah, they're gonna fight anybody probably. Because all these dudes are running, and I'm just standing around looking drunk and confused like the weekend. So, kind of had to dip. So I leave, dap up Alan. Alan's kind of confused. The dudes push past him while I'm leaving. And, we get out of there. No fright. Basically, Dan had started talking to this one girl who was near the front. But he had been texting her all night. She was supposed to show up and just, like, come party. But I guess she was the getaway now. So we hop in her car, we leave, we roll up another one, like another blunt, and then we get dropped off after we smoke that. And I'm thinking that's the end of it, that like a weird situation. He shouldn't have got on that dude's ass, or I don't know. I'm thinking it's over. So we go to school the next day, and like I said, I link with Amy. I had brought like I think 2 pre-rolls, and I link with Amy, and she's chilling, and she was in the library. We started talking for a little bit, our little thing, the little fake flirting back and forth, and then we say we're gonna leave, right? And we end up going to the back of the tennis courts, a known smoke spot. So we go back there and we smoke one, and we're gonna head out through the front and then go somewhere to smoke the other, probably back to my house. She was raising me up, and I'm talking about back to my crib. I think, but that was a minute ago. Like we could have wanted to go to Pizza Hut, bro. I don't remember. So we end up smoking the whole first blunt. She has a pen as well, so I hit that. She hits that. We're kind of out of there, looking like some background characters from Pineapple Express, walking through the high school towards the front. And amazingly, we get out, no confrontation. Like, it was cool. But that wasn't the weird part. What's weird is as soon as we get out, we see a whole crowd of people behind us, like just leaving, and we think they're coming towards us. So we're about to turn around and say something to them, and nah, they keep going. They just walk past us, like a whole crowd of almost like 30 people walk past us. Then another crowd is coming, and like another one, and we're confused. Like we are confused. We have never seen this type of response at our school. Anything. So we look around and like they're going to the like basketball court across the street, which is in a little neighborhood, and they're going to the basketball court across the street, and we're not gonna get left out of this because there's like almost 90 people there. There's people coming from the other direction down the street, which means they're coming from the other school. So we're like, oh yeah, this is crazy, and we follow. So we follow, and in the crowd we see my homeboy, the one and only, the flying Hawaiian, Asher. And yeah, he's like this big. He's like this like skinny, tall, light skinned kid with like a big afro. But yeah, we walk up. Well, we're walking, and we end up linking with Asher, who's right there. He's with a female too. You know, he's spitting at her, all that, and he looks at us, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you guys don't know. There's a fight." And I'm like, "A fight? Like right now?" He's like, "Yeah, like a fight's about to go down." Like apparently, this dude was at a party, right? And was talking something about some dude's girl. And then he started talking shit about him. And it's a football player. So, like, the fight got blown up. Like, everyone knows about it. And we're all just about to go watch it. And I'm like, oh no. Like, my brain instantly knows what's happening. Like, it's Zane. It's Zane, bro. It has to be. So, I think I'm about to watch Zane get beat up. So, I head over there maybe to provide backup, but mostly just to, see what's going on. So I go there, right? Okay, this is where it gets fucked up. So I go there, or we finally get across the street to where the basketball court is, right? And the Mexican dude from last night, we'll call him. No, I'm not gonna use the obvious one that starts with a J. We're gonna call him Jake. Jake sounds like a good name. So this dude Jake, he's hyping up. There's like the two black people from last night are still there. I don't know their names. I never figured out their names. But this man Jake is still just hyping up Matt, and like he's yelling at one of my friend's friends who apparently he had fought in the restroom earlier that day. We'll call him Andy. He apparently had fought Andy in the restroom earlier, and then that's how this whole situation had started and escalated now. So now Andy is in Jake's face yelling, not even phased by the two people behind him. So it's getting crazy. He's like, they're both just yelling in each other's face, something about, oh, I don't know where Zane and Dan are, but you can't just come in school and try to fight me and get away with it, boy. I'm gonna teach you a lesson. And he's like, me? You're gonna teach me a lesson? Your friend's the one who's doing all this and that, and I'm just sitting there watching this go down. And I'm like, okay, so this is life. this is where ninth grade has taken me right now. And then like an anime character, bro. Like an anime character on a moped. Kaneda himself in Akira, whatever that thing with the nuclear kid is with anime. He pulls up on a scooter straight through the crowd, right? Everyone gets out the way. He pulls up on a scooter, hops off the scooter, looks around, sees the commotion that's going on, and tries to talk it out with Jake. And Jake isn't having it. Jake wants to know where Zane is. Jake wants to know where Zane is, and he's not having it. He's mad, and it's just going down. Like, and eventually it gets to the point to where Jake is just like, I'm gonna fight you if Zane doesn't appear in the next like 5 seconds. And obviously that's not gonna happen. So we think he was at home. We don't even know. He was nowhere near the vicinity for that. But still, he ends up trying to fight Dan. And so Andy's not going to let him fight Dan. And Andy and his friend Cody are there. So they try to, hype up and get in the way. But this is where it happens. Cody gets, bro, Jake walks up and slaps Cody. Jake walks up and slaps the living life out of Cody to where Cody is now on the ground. Like he slapped Cody so hard that he hit the ground in one fall. Like he did it. He hit the ground instantly after he was slapped and was like he just folded. He folded under pressure and. Andy's not gonna have that, so Andy approaches and tries to fight Jake, but the two black people get involved. It's a really quick fight. It's like the black dude pretty much almost the first black dude almost got him, but he got away from that and ended up running into the second dude that just slammed him instantly. So that's crazy. He got slammed instantly. So it's like an anime. I'm sitting there watching. One of our people are MIA. Zane of Kiragaikure is MIA. Andy of Kiragaikure just got folded, and Cody of Hoshagaikure is fucking gone now. He's basically as good as dead in a coma, isekai. So then Dan, so then Dan's kind of scared to fight after that. Givenly so, I'm not gonna say I'd be scared, but I'd be scared. Just watch two of your homeboys get folded out like Dragon Ball. Yeah, But I'm only in ninth grade, so I step up to help my boy. I'm like, no. I can't let you get beat up. I don't know where Zane is, but I gotta help you. And Dan tells me to get back because these people are in 12th grade and I can't get beat up by 12th graders because it's gonna be fucked. And it was a G move, so I had to get back. I had to. He had good looks, so I got back, and Dan was like scared, and he's about to go in the fight. But bro, literally, Sasuke himself, maybe Naruto, I don't even know. This dude, he was some tall dude, some tall light skinned dude with a blonde dye over his haircut, like his black hair, his haircut. And he walks up and goes, "Nah, you can't let him do that. Like you gonna let them do that? Nah, we gonna fight them. I'ma help you. We gonna fight them." And Dan's like confused, but he's like, okay, I don't know who this man is, but I guess we're gonna fight him. I guess we're gonna fight him. So Dan and this 12th grader, they go up to these three dudes and they go up to Jake and his entourage, his bodyguards, and they start fighting. And it's pretty quick. Dan pretty much gets his ass beat. I'm not gonna cap. Dan pretty much gets it, but he put in a good fight. But and our 12th grade mystery warrior, the 12th grade shogun gets overwhelmed, unfortunately, after Dan goes down because it's 1-on-3. He's blocking, he's punching, he's doing everything he got to, but he's getting overwhelmed. But then that's when, boom, the teachers come from across the street from our school. The principal and like two admins walk up and they're all yelling, talking about, "Yo, all need to go back to class." Keep in mind, there are three schools here now. Like, there are like three schools worth of people in this one vicinity. More than like 100 to 200. It's like 100 to 200 people in this one area. And, nobody's listening to them. Nobody's like, imagine that 200 people in a mom mentality watching a fight, and then the teacher comes up, like a teacher comes up, bro, nobody's gonna listen. So obviously, well, half the crowd takes off running. Half the crowd takes off running once they know it's a principal. Like this black lady, she was known. We're gonna call her Miss Todney. She was known, bro. And she comes over with her walkie-talkie, yells at everybody. Shit gets crazy. Everybody starts taking off. Well, half of us start taking off. The other half are just watching still. Because basically, we got like 10 minutes left in school. They're not gonna do anything. Like, bro, they're not gonna do anything. So the bell ends up ringing for like the main school. So I start walking back like nothing happened because I was not involved in that fight. That was crazy, but I don't even. Oh my god, like man's got folded. I I would have flashed out. I couldn't have fold. I can't fold under that. but but and the crazy thing about the story is Jake. We saw Jake later on in life too. Jake ended up being a manager at Little Caesars, and he was Dan and Zane's manager. So that must have been a weird dynamic. I never worked for him, but that must have been a weird dynamic. I couldn't imagine. Like that nigga that nigga bodied one of their homeboys. Like it can't be like this. Like what? Imagine working for someone who bodied one of your friends in the past, like on some anime. Nah, it's like working for Frieza, bro. Like, yeah, but that was the story of like a giant fight I watched. Like, it was an anime type battle. Like, but I didn't even get involved. So if anything, I was probably like Piccolo or something. But it was like some Dragon Ball. Like, two boys step up, don't body. Mystery Shadow Warrior comes up, they stand a chance, bodied. It was like it was dead ass an anime IRL. Like it was so not cool to watch because those are my friends, but like I'm gonna leave it at that. I hope y'all have a nice one. Happy New Year's. Stick to your New Year's resolution. 2023. Let's go.
So, I'd like to thank the relaxing end for all of this COD gameplay. Like, I'm not gonna take credit for this. I'm gonna put him in the description, and it's a lot of people's COD gameplay. So check out his channel and also the people in the COD gameplay. Actually, I'm not gonna take credit for any of that. The rest of that is like trailers and like upcoming games. No, these clips are insane as fuck though. But y'all have a nice day for real, for real. Tree to profit out.